I still remember the night my father called me trash. The words burned deeper than any wound. "You'll never be anything," he yelled, pointing toward the door. "Get lost. You're a nobody." His voice echoed through the house, the same house I'd helped repair, the same man I'd once worshipped. I stood there frozen, clutching my small duffel bag, feeling my entire world collapse. I had dropped out of college the year before because I couldn't afford tuition. I'd taken up small jobs, painting, deliveries, fixing old bikes, just to survive. But my father, a proud engineer, saw me as a failure, a stain on his name. "My son, the dropout," he used to say bitterly at family dinners. That night, after yet another argument about my wasted potential, he lost it completely. My mother just cried silently as he shoved me out the door. I left without saying a word. The rain was pouring down, soaking through my clothes, but I didn't care. I felt numb. I didn't have anywhere to go, no money, no friends who could help. So, I boarded the cheapest overnight bus out of town. Destination. Nowhere specific. I just wanted to disappear. The bus dropped me off in a small town nearly 400 kilometers away. I rented a corner in a shared apartment with 3 strangers and got a job washing dishes at a diner. It wasn't glamorous. I worked late nights, slept on a mattress on the floor, and counted coins to afford instant noodles. But for the first time, I had peace. Nobody judged me there. One day, the diner's manager, an older man named Henry, noticed how I fixed the broken espresso machine using leftover parts. He asked, "You any good with your hands, kid?" I nodded. He smiled. "Then I've got something better for you." That's how I started working part-time at his brother's small repair shop. I learned everything, from fixing microwaves to rebuilding engines. I worked like a man possessed. Every cut, every bruise on my hands reminded me of what my father said. Uneducated trash. I swore I'd prove him wrong. 2 years passed. I saved every penny, worked double shifts, and took night classes at a local technical school. I didn't want a degree anymore. I wanted skill, something nobody could take from me. Slowly, I became known in the town as the fix-anything guy. People brought me old radios, cars, even tractors. I loved the challenge. One evening, a man brought in a broken solar inverter. He said he was from an energy startup looking for affordable local technicians. I stayed up all night fixing it, redesigning a small component to improve efficiency. The man was so impressed that he offered me a position on the spot. I hesitated. I wasn't sure if I was qualified. But he said, "You've got talent that no degree can teach." Within a year, I was leading a small team. We built affordable solar systems for remote villages. Our designs got attention, and eventually investment. At 28, I became a co-founder of a company that provided electricity to thousands of homes. The same hands that once scrubbed dishes now signed contracts worth millions. Then, one morning, I received a call. My mother was in the hospital. My heart sank. I hadn't spoken to my parents in 6 years. Without a second thought, I flew back. When I entered the hospital room, my mother's eyes filled with tears. My father stood beside her, older, thinner, humbled. The silence between us was heavy. He looked at me, then down at my clothes, a formal shirt and a watch worth more than his car. You did well," he muttered. I didn't gloat. I didn't remind him of the night he threw me out. I just smiled softly and said, "I learned that being educated isn't about degrees, Dad. It's about never giving up." He lowered his head. "I was wrong," he whispered, voice breaking. "You're not trash. You're everything I hoped for." For the first time, he hugged me, genuinely, tightly, like a man trying to make up for lost years. When my mother recovered, I took them both to visit one of my solar sites, a village glowing with lights for the first time in decades. Kids were laughing, playing under streetlights powered by our work. My father stood beside me, tears glistening in his eyes. "You gave them what I couldn't even dream of," he said. That day, I realized, sometimes, being thrown out isn't the end. It's the beginning of your real story. And when people ask where I moved after being kicked out, I smile and say, I moved toward my purpose.